How you doing? And welcome to a brand new video. Now today I'm going to be doing today terrible start. I'm very good at doing that, muddling up my words and talking horribly. Oh well, that's the way commentary be sometimes. Anyway, today we're going to be doing something a little bit differently. Differently. What's going on? Different, right? Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I have got this new app called a tier list maker, and I thought, why not make a tier list? Because it'd be a fun video and you could see my opinions on things that I make a tier list on. And I just think it'd be a lot of fun. And so I'm going to treat this as a bit of a makeshift video in the meantime of making my Crash Bandicoot videos, really. Just to keep you guys entertained when I can. I probably won't record these often, just when I have time, I suppose. So yeah, here we have our tier list. We have God tier, we have a Poggers game, we have a good game, we have a decent game, we have dab backwards, we have lame, and we have utter poop. Alright, so let's get started. Here are all the Zelda games I've played. Some may say that's a lot, and some may say that is not many in the vast world of Zelda, which I would say is not many, but there are lots of them out there that I have played maybe halfway through, or played a little bit of, or I've seen people play, but I feel it'd be biased because I haven't played it all the way through, or I haven't experienced the game properly, or played it myself, so it's just, it's sort of, I wanted this to, make sense, because I didn't want it to be biased. So, we're going to start off here. We've got Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, the original Hyrule Warriors game I did not enjoy very much at all, whereas I got this game because I thought it looked good and it was on offer and I had enough money and there wasn't really anything out at the time. I went through a lot with it, and I barely really finished it. I wanted to 100% it, but I never got around to doing it. But it is a lot better than the original, if you ask me. The story is solid, it's great, it explains a lot of things, ties up a lot of loose ends, creates a brand new sort of branch in the timeline as well. That was really interesting. I loved the new characters, I loved the aspect of it, and I just found it so much better than the original Hyrule Warriors, but I didn't enjoy it all that much still. So I'm going to put it in good game for now. We'll see how we go. So to move on, we have Breath of the Wild, which is the game, or the, I suppose you could say, what would we call it? Universe, not the universe, but the world where Age of Calamity took place. And Breath of the Wild is a great game. It's phenomenal. Nobody can say anything against that to me, because I think it's phenomenal, I would say some other games are on the top of the list and higher up for me, but I'm just saying, this game is, it couldn't be better. It's amazing. It's just, I can't even express it in words. Like, there were so many new introduced mechanics, and it was a lot to process. There was just so much to do, and it was really interesting. And like I said, it changed things up a lot, which people sometimes didn't like. But I personally really enjoyed looking at Zelda from a new perspective and the open world exploration of it. I enjoyed all the new features. I enjoyed the little mini dungeon shrines. That was so fun my first time playing this game. But, it's still, average. Well, I say average, it's great. I was just saying how phenomenal it is a minute ago. So I think I'm going to put this game in, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Should we put it in God tier or Poggers game, guys? Which is it? God tier or Pog tier? That's the question. To God or to Pog? Alright, that is the question. I think I'm going to put it in God tier, because it is really good, and there's never enough to do there's never not enough to do in this game. Like, if you finish it and you ever want to come back to it, there's always more to do. It is so great. So moving on, we have The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This game is one of the classics, but it's still one of the best. It is an amazing classic. I always struggle with 2D or 8-bit or 16-bit games. I don't know why. I just used to struggle with them. Maybe because I grew up with 3D games. It's just hard to adapt to the different games. But I really, really love Link to the Past. It's great. The story's interesting. The journey to... Oh, I forgot the name of this is embarrassing. Anyway, the storyline is great. There's a lot of good stuff in it. And I don't know what more to say about this game, but it's got a good linear exploration, but it's also got a nice 100% system, heart containers, all this stuff. Dungeons are interesting, great, some of the best 2D dungeons I've ever seen in a 2D Zelda game. And it's just really enjoyable overall. The characters are great, the mini games are fun. You know, there's just so much to do in that game. So I am going to put this game in poggers because it is absolutely poggers. Maybe not God tier, but it is poggers. Alright, moving on, we have the Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening HD, or the remake. I have played the original, but only briefly. I've obviously, like I said, I struggle with originals more, and because I grew up with 3D games, I love the style of this game, like the cartoon-esque and the cuteness of it, and the miniaturization, like little minifigures. I think it's really awesome. So yes, I do love the remake. I loved some of the new features in it. The Dampy dungeon making was fun, although I have to say, getting the extra few pieces of heart and heart container from him was a bit boring after a while, but it's alright. I still enjoy myself. The game is great on the whole. Out of all the Zelda games, it's probably got some of my least favourite bosses, to be honest. Excuse me. But, you know, it's still amazing, and, you know, it's got a really great progression. I love the hidden elements in it that you have to come back for. It's a bit of an overworld game. Not as much as Breath of the Wild, of course, but it has got an overworld. And it's just generally really enjoyable, and it's so great. I love the story of it as well. Great concept, like the whole game's just like the Matrix. Great concept, love it. You know, Link's Awakening is generally a great game. So I'm going to put this in a poggers game as well. Others might disagree, because others might find it a bit worse, but you know, it was one of my favourites and one of the earlier games I purchased on the Switch. So, you know, I did like that a lot. So next we have the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 64, aka the original. This game, I can't express this game. It's too good. It's amazing. It's weird. It's wacky. It's wonderful. It's absolutely mad. It's nightmare fuel. It's so many things. But I can tell you now, this is going in God tier because I love this game. I've really enjoyed playing through it. It might be crazy. The story might be mad, but the lore behind it is insane as well. It's just so good. The characters are in it are insane. The concept is amazing. The mechanics, just the overall everything about it, I really enjoyed it. And I already love Ocarina of Time, which is the one we're going to do next, and that was originally my favourite Zelda game for quite some time. Excuse me. As well as Skyward Sword, which we'll touch upon soon as well. So, and then I played Majora's Mask and I was blown away. So yes, God tier game right there. So, like I said a minute ago, Ocarina of Time, I am a huge fan of as well. You know, it's such a great game. There's so much to do. Heart piece system is interesting. Skulltula system can get a bit ridiculous at times, I have to admit, but it was still enjoyable to search for them. And even if you need a guide to find them, it's still fun to collect them all. And I remember the first time I went around playing this game, Ocarina of Time in 3D, it looked so good. The remake is amazing. I love the original as well, don't get me wrong, but I do love the look of the 3D version. And I can't tell you how much I enjoyed 100%ing this game. It was so fun going through all the temples. They have great designs, by the way. I love the bosses in this game. They are creative and imaginative and amazing. I love yeah, I was just talking about the dungeons. I was going to say the dungeons, but yeah, I really love the dungeon concept. Water Temple is a bit awkward, but I personally still loved it because younger people might struggle, or it might twist your brain, or you might get bored or find it awkward. But I loved it. I thought the puzzle solving made me really think, and I really enjoyed having to put my brain into that dungeon for a change, and I really enjoyed doing that my first time around. Lots of other things. There was some creepy-esque things in there, which might have been a little hint to the Majora's Mask storyline to come. Excuse me again. But overall, this game is amazing. I'm also putting this game in God tier because it is absolutely deserving a place up there. Anyone who has to disagree with me, you can get in the trash.
I'm the trash man.
Alright, nah, in all seriousness, everyone's opinions are valued. This is just what I think. But there will be people who share this opinion, most likely. So next up, we have Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. This game is for the Wii U. I have played this several times, and I've 100%ed it once, and I think I started a permadeath run on it, and I did a bunch of other stuff. But either way, it is a really fun game. It is also quite dark, not quite reaching the limits of Majora's Mask, I'd say, but there's lots of interesting and creepy things in it. But that's what I love about the game. It gives it such a unique style. The characters all have a unique look in this game as well. Some of them weird, some of them wonderful. It's just, yeah, I don't know, it's great. I love the story progression. The dungeons, once again, in this game are immensely awesome. They're really good. The bosses, super creative. The Zant boss has to be one of my favourite bosses in Zelda history because it's so creative. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. Oh, and of course the character Zant himself, what a great story character. Reminds me of Girahim a lot. So I was thinking about how there are like all the different slaves or I don't know, companions of Ganon over the games. You know, you've got Zant, you've got Girahim, you've got all these other ones. I've forgotten the names, which is embarrassing, but you know, you've got the one from Link Between Worlds, the portrait one. You've got the, oh crud, the one from, is it from Minish Cap? See, I haven't got that on the list because I haven't played it fully yet, so I can't remember. But there's another like evil wizard and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know, it's just so great. Yeah, I'm really struggling to think of things to say for these games because they are my childhood and they are absolutely amazing. Although, as much as I love Twilight Princess, I'm going to put it as a Poggers game. I'm not going to put it in God tier because we are going to run out of room in soon time, and I just love that there are more games that are deserving it, deserving that spot, if you ask me. I don't know if we're going to end up with any in Other Poop at this point because all the Zelda games are actually... You belong there. You will stay there for the rest of time. Okay, no context on that. Now we're moving on to Skyward Sword. Yay! Alright. This game I love so much. It is my favourite Zelda game of all time. It is also the first Zelda game I ever played. My childhood is this game. I had so much fun playing it. I must have played the game like 4 times. People have some things against this game. I don't know why. It is amazing. The concept is amazing. It was the first game to use motion controls, which did piss a lot of people off, but I found it like a really creative way of doing it. And now that we have Skyward Sword HD as well, with the button controls, it's changed everything. And they fixed a lot of the issues we had before. But yes, there are things like Fi being annoying and silly, finicky issues in the game, but some of them were fixed, and some of them I think were intentional by Nintendo and actually make the characters what they are, because without those character traits, they wouldn't be what they are, you know? And Skyward Sword, of course, sets up the story prequel for the entire Legend of Zelda series, or I suppose you could say sequel to Tears of the Kingdom, as some people have been theorising lately. Go check out Zeltic's video on that. Shout out to Zeltic, not that many people watch me, so will care, but yes, I'm sure many of you know him. Go watch his latest Tears of the Kingdom theories. Anyway, so yeah, it's sort of meant to be the prequel to the entire storyline, how everything began, the story of Demise, and how he set a curse upon the land of Hyrule, or the skies, which is what caused the curse of Ganon and the repeating loop and timeline of, you know, Link, Zelda, the light defeating the darkness of Ganon, who Dark Beast Ganon, of course. So yeah, the storyline is great, the characters are awesome, I love the design of them in this game. There is lots of mini-games, the rupee system in this game is fun, the collectibles are amazing, the fact that you can upgrade your key items is not a feature you tend to get in many other games, so that's nice, that's fun, and using the fact that you have to upgrade them using your, you know, collected items is really a way of encouraging you to pick up more of those items, which is a fun little clever way of doing that. And I just, you know, there is side questing in this game, which is great as well, super fun. The Gratitude Crystal quests are super great. I really enjoyed playing through those. And the rewards you get are great too. The mini games, like I said, I don't know if I already mentioned that, actually I can't remember, but speaking of rupees, there are so many mini games in this game which are really fun to play. They are great and amazing. There's just so many things I could list that I love about this game, but, you know, in the end, no matter what people say, it will always remain in my heart, in a special place in my heart, and a special place as well in the God tier. There you go. Alright, we have our final game here, Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. Now, I was thinking about putting Wind Waker on this list, but I haven't actually played the game. I've just watched people play it, and fortunately I can't get a copy of it, because for some reason it's really rare to get hold of these days. I don't know why that is, but it is. But I want to play it. It is such a great game. If it was on this list, I'd definitely put it in a Poggers game. But we're here to talk about Phantom Hourglass, the supposed sequel to Wind Waker, even though I'm pretty sure the game came out before Wind Waker. But, you know, it is what it is. That's how the timelines be with Zelda these days. So yes, Phantom Hourglass, it's a game for the 3DS. it introduced the brand new mechanic of using your stylus to direct link the way he walked, which was interesting. I found it a bit irritating at times, but it's a really clever mechanic. And as well, they used the stylus to solve so many intriguing puzzles. You could draw on the map, like symbols or things you need to remember or codes. There were so many creative puzzles with that, which is one aspect I really loved about the game. You know, for a 3DS game, it also looks phenomenal. It's really great. The gameplay is awesome. The dungeon design's fun. The boss design's decent. You know, I don't know what more to say about it, really. I like the story. It's a bit worse than the Wind Waker story, but it's a sequel. What do you expect, you know? So, but it is pretty great in the end. So I'm going to put Phantom Hourglass as a good game. Now, some people are going to hate me for that. I almost hate myself for it because I want to put it higher, but thinking deeper on it, I think that it is in a good game. So yeah, there you go. And, of course, I didn't really actually mention this. Let's come back to Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors, the original, definitive edition. It is, yeah, I don't like it. But, you know, it is a good game. People will find fun from it. And, you know, it's just, I don't know. I thought I would enjoy a battle game like this, but I find it, first of all, I found it actually really difficult. I don't know why. Then again, it's been ages since I played it, and when I got it, I was a child, so. But I did still think it was quite a high difficulty. There was no clear concept to me in the game. There was a bit of a story. Lots of the characters' redesigns were a bit questionable. A bunch of new random stuff that I hadn't seen before as well. I can't remember about the storyline as such, because it's been such a long time, but I feel like it was a bit mixed, really. There wasn't really too much of a balanced storyline, and overall, you know, it's fun. It's a good game. Nintendo put lots of effort into it, but, like, I much preferred Age of Calamity, and so for that reason, in all seriousness, I don't think it quite deserves us to poop, because, you know, Nintendo put a lot of effort into it, and it's good, but I'm going to put it in lane. So, yeah, there you go. There you have it, guys. That is all the Zelda games I've played. I know there's several categories that are empty here. I probably should have removed some, knowing that most of them would be high up, because they are amazing. But, let me know what tier list you'd like to see me make next, and I'll take that into consideration. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. Of course, just remember, these are all my opinions. Your opinions are completely valid. Let me know how you would have ranked these in the comments below, or what you would have thought, or what you would have said about them differently, or anything like that. You know, just don't create any banter. And, you know, let me know what you think of this idea of making tier lists as well. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Goodbye.